Hey, welcome to AntLab Games. I'm Anthony.
And I'm Francis.
Today we're going to play Pangea.
A board game about the Great Permian Extinction.
Indeed.
Alright, so Pangea is actually going to be kind of, I guess we could call it area control,
For sure.
right?
Yeah.
But also a little bit of deduction and a lot of survival.
Indeed.
In a kind of different way. So, Pangea was designed by Alexander Jagodzinski for Red Imp Games. Plays 1 to 4 players in about 60 to 90 minutes. And as always, we will be playing with two AI animals.
We'll call them neutral creatures.
I don't know how neutral they are.
They're not very neutral. But join us at the table and we'll show you how it plays. All right, welcome back.
Welcome to Pangea.
Pangea. So, it is a sprawling game, just to warn you. There is a lot of board here, a lot of pieces, a lot going on, but we'll try to keep it as straightforward as possible and explain some in the beginning and most as we go.
Yes.
What is Pangea? It's area control, as you said, but there is a lot of deduction here because basically, many years ago,
Many moons.
there was one supercontinent and a lot of different species.
I think that's kind of weird. There's like one continent, and then like the rest of the earth was just water.
It was just water, I guess, right?
I digress.
So apparently there was this giant continent, a lot of different creatures vying for dominance on this continent, looking for the best places to eat. Meanwhile, a looming catastrophe or cataclysm is on its way, and it's going to happen. So there's an end to this, and it's not a good end.
Or a beginning, if you want to look at it.
Or a
that way.
beginning, but depending on where your species holds up for the cataclysm,
Maybe an ending for you.
that will determine how well you prepare for this. So, take a look at the table. Here it is. We've actually got the board turned sideways because it just is too long to fit vertically. So it is horizontally.
On camera.
Right? So this is normally the top, that's the bottom. I'll go over the board really quick just to give you an idea because I think this game will play pretty fast, but there is some, I guess, management we're going to have to do because there are AI boards.
Right.
If there are ever less than 4 players, whoever's not playing, you have their species AI board always in the game. It's part of it. So for this playthrough, I've chosen to play with the Sauropsida species.
Okay, which is kind of like a dinosaur.
They look like a dinosaur
reptile thing, right?
Almost, right? Yeah, and they're pretty resilient. I think they're basically your generic giant land animal.
Yeah.
Who'd you go with?
So I have the amphibians.
Okay.
They're water dwellers. And we both have special abilities, so each of these kind of factions has a special ability we'll be using. Mine is that when I use an adaptation card, I get 1 AP, and we'll explain what that means later. I think yours has something to do with contest.
Whenever I win a contest, I can draw an adaptation card. So what does all that mean? We'll explain in a second. Back to the board. There are 9 rounds in this game, right? We're starting in the first round here, and they all have special names, which I can't really read sideways. But the Susurral is the first era, the Guadalupe is the second era, and the Loping is the third era. So it's broken into 3 eras. Each era has a certain amount of rounds. First era is 4 rounds, second era is 3, last era is 2. So it's going to get tighter and tighter as it goes along. Between each of these eras, there is a sort of an event, a turn of ages they call it, where we'll actually be playing one of our event cards that has been randomly chosen for this game. The game board itself, the Pangea, is broken into a grid, basically, right? So you've got these sectors, sector A, B, C, and D. They're going to run this way. For the purposes of a game with less than 4, you are blocking off D. We're not allowed to place any of our animals in the D sector. Then you have this sort of other cross...
like columns.
Columns, they're rows actually, but that's why I'm getting a little confused here because it's the wrong way. But you've got these regions, right, or these zones, and you've got like Laurasia is this zone, which consists of a subpolar region, and it also consists of a temperate region, right? Then you've got the interior, which is interior, but we like to think
equatorial.
of it as equatorial. And then the bottom you've got Gondwana, which again is broken into a subpolar and a temperate zone. Those are important because as we go along in the game, we're going to be doing some survival and sort of getting a peek at all of these sector, zone, and cataclysm tokens, right?
You're like doing like reptile research.
We are doing reptile research, and this is going to show us which sectors and zones and which cataclysm out of the 3 types that there are not in that
safe.
stack.
Right.
This is the end. This consists of 1 cataclysm, 1 zone, and 1 sector. That'll be like, say it's right here. Boom, the cataclysm happens here. Things all around it get messed up, but that's not all. There are 3 different types of cataclysms, some that affect the polar regions, some that affect the interior only, some that affect other things. So you really stand the best chance of survival by knowing what's coming.
Exactly.
So you can kind of manipulate and move your species to those areas that will actually be safe, which there are very few of.
Right.
You could get completely wiped out during the cataclysm,
Yeah.
and then game over.
I think that was one of the most surprising things that we found about this game is that the first time you play, or first couple times you play, it might seem like you want to try and just avoid a certain sector because we do this cataclysm that's happening in a zone, kind of battleship style.
Yeah.
But really, it's more of where can I go to survive?
Yeah.
Because most of the board is going to be wiped out
Exactly.
per history.
So, with that said, we have 4 objectives that we can achieve during the first era, and those are going to go away, and new ones are going to come out for the second and the third era. We have these adaptation cards, which every round we're going to be drawing 2, and we're allowed to hold up to 3 of them, and we'll be able to activate them by taking certain actions throughout the game. On your player board, each species has different costs for any of the 4 actions. The adapt, populate, migrate, and survive. You have 6 action points to spend per round.
For this
era, and each subsequent era is going to give you 1 more, and there's other ways to manipulate that too. But basically, that's really all we should really talk about right now.
Yeah.
We can talk about more later.
I think
but
so.
To start, this is the initiative order, right? The AI always goes first, and it's all based on the expansiveness of that species. So the synapsids they have an expansiveness of 4, which is the highest, so they're going to go first. Invertebrates have a 1, that's the lowest, but since they're lowest of the AI, they go second. I have a 3, you have a 2, so that's why we're in that order.
Really, that's going to be our battle strength.
Correct.
Our expansiveness, so.
Yep, for contest. Now, in the very beginning, everybody puts 1 of their species out on the board. Any of these 0 spots. So each region has a 0, a 1, and a 2, and we'll explain more of that as we go along. But you basically want to be in the better zones, 1 and 2, and that's where you'll be contesting with other species. In 0, everybody can kind of mingle, but it's not the best survivability, we'll say that much. So when you place creatures on the board with the AI, you've got these region cards, and they're going to tell you exactly which region to put that creature. So for the synapsids, we're going to draw, they're going to put 1 of their chips right here in the 0, right? So you shuffle this back in, and then you draw 1 for the invertebrates, and they are going to go in the same region.
Okay.
Wow, look at that. So nobody,
other one.
oh sorry, nobody fights in that region because it's the 0. So that doesn't matter. Now they're done. I get to put 1 out there, and I can go basically anywhere I want. And bear in mind that each region has a certain amount of food that it provides per era. So in the first era, it'll be the first number in this little segment here. So for example, this zone I'm in now can support up to 2 different animals.
Right.
This one also supports 2, so 1 more animal goes in here. That's going to go hungry, and we'll show you how that works in a bit.
Yeah. And then I will go... I guess I'll start here.
All right. So there we go. We have all been placed on the board, and we are ready to start this game.
All right. All right.
Okay, so how do the rounds work? So each round consists of a number of phases. The first phase of every round is the neutral animal phase, and they're going to go in order. How do we control them? With a D6.
Yes.
Very simple. They have a chart of what they do. First era, second era, third era. Very simple. So we roll a 4, so we're going to activate this. That action is the migrate action. So we're going to move all neutral animals of this group to the higher ecological niche.
Yep. So how that works is they are in the 0 zone right now, and they are going to move up here to the 1.
To the 1.
Right. At least in this instance, they will. So more complicated decisions to be made later.
That is it. So they are done.
Invertebrates.
Invertebrates go. They get a 5, and on a 5, they're going to do a populate.
Okay.
So we're going to go back to the region deck, and keep in mind that in the first era, we've removed the subpolar regions from this deck because no one can populate these regions because there's no food yet. There
Right.
will be in the second era, and we'll bring those cards in afterwards.
Right.
So the invertebrates with a 5 are going to go to Laurasia.
Here with you. Oh no,
So
way
they're
up
going to
there.
go
Yeah.
actually over here.
Okay. And then they're going to migrate, right?
So
but they're
with
not advancing. They're going to move zones, right?
No, they are actually going to go up to the next ecological niche. So they're going to migrate
Right.
only if it's unoccupied. So
Oh,
where
okay.
are they at?
They're here.
So they're
Yeah.
all going to migrate. So this is occupied. They're not going to migrate up.
Oh, okay. They're not going to move to 0?
They're on 0.
The other one?
No.
Oh, okay.
They won't cross regions. They're only going to look to go up.
Okay.
This guy is actually going to go up.
Okay.
All right. So there's 2 different types of migrates for the neutrals. They're either going to go up if there's no contest, depending on whether or not it has a green arrow. See, these guys have green arrows. They don't have red arrows in their
right,
migrates,
yeah.
so they never fight because
Yeah.
they're the weakest creature out
right,
there.
right.
The synapsids, however, have
They will
basically
move up.
all reds.
Yeah,
they're going to
you're
look
right.
to go up and they're going to look to fight.
Yeah.
They're actually not only going to look to go up and fight, but they're going to look to actually cross over
Yeah.
to these zones.
Yeah, the invertebrates are just kind of like...
They're
we're
just
shells.
chilling. Yeah, they're just shells. They just want to live in peace and harmony. All right, so that's it for them.
All right,
So
cool.
now we go into our draw phase. So we each get to draw 2 adaptation cards. Now these adaptation cards are triple use.
Yeah.
All your cards go beneath your player board. You're allowed to hold up to 3 adaptation cards, and each of us starts with evolution cards. Now, these evolution cards are unique to your species. They can give you permanent traits. They can actually evolve you into your main special creature that has some really good strengths. And those cost adaptation cards that have been activated. And to activate them, you actually take one of your actions.
Right.
So the next phase is actions, where we can take up up to 4 actions, and each have a different cost. But you're not allowed to take more than each action more than twice. So there are 4 different actions basically, and they're quite simple. So if you want to adapt, you pay the cost, and you can activate one of your adaptation cards. Or you can activate one of your evolution cards. We'll show you how that works when we get to it. There's Populate, which is quite simply putting one of your animal tokens out on a board in any region with a 0. There is Migrate, which allows you to move one of your creatures up 1 or over 1. And we'll show you how that works as well when that comes up. And then there's Survive. If you pay the Survive cost, you actually get to move your token up 1 and peek at the tile that will show you what is actually coming.
Yes, exactly.
That's really the 4 actions you get. And we're
Right.
going to go until we run out of points.
Yep.
So
Action points.
I'm first because I have the
Yes,
higher
you are.
expansiveness. So I'm going to go ahead and spend 1, 2, 3 action points and take the Survive action.
Okay.
So I move my marker up 1 on this track, and I will look at this, and I will not show anybody else, but I will show you. So that sector is not in the final stack, so I know that that sector is safe.
Perfect.
That's my turn.
Okay. Great. I am going to do the same thing. So I'm going to also do Survive. Now, my Survive action only cost me 1 point. So that's pretty cool.
Okay.
So I would do the same. And since we're both
We both know it
seen
now.
it, we're going to just
We'll
go
just
ahead
leave
and
it
flip
up. All right.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so that's D,
go
which
there anyway.
nobody even goes in anyway.
I'm glad it.
But the Cataclysm can hit here.
Yeah.
It just wouldn't affect as many people around it. My next action is going to be for 1 action point. I'm going to do the Adapt, and I'm going to bring one of my cards up. I'll bring this up. So you bring these up here face down, and you can use them one of 3 ways. You can use it to pay the cost of an evolution card by taking the Adapt action again. You could discard it once it's activated to give yourself another action point, or you could at any point flip it over and use the text here as a one-time bonus, and it'll tell you when you can use it and what the scenario is. So that's all.
All right, excellent. I will. I don't want to keep like copying you, but
Yeah.
but I do. Okay. I'm gonna also do the Adapt. 1, 2, 3. Except my Adapt costs 3 points, which is kind of crap. And I will put this guy here.
Okay.
You're done.
So what I'm going to do then is do the Adapt action again for 1 point. And what it will do is I'm going to spend this card, and that'll go in the discard pile over here, and then pay the cost to evolve into this Sauropsida Pariosaurus
Nice.
So this animal can never be devoured. It does not suffer any hunger penalties and scores 1 point whenever a hunger marker is placed in its region. If it's removed from the game board, if there already is a hunger marker in the region, begin the survival phase expansion of the value. All right, so its expansive value of this creature is
crazy.
5, which is huge. So what I do is, the first time you put it out, you can replace one of your animal tokens and evolve it into this giant animal. So I'll bring out this giant animal token. So I have this huge Parasaurus out there now who is going to just dominate.
Yeah, that's great. All right. I will populate for 2.
Okay.
2. I will go. You think you're cool with your Parasopolis?
He's going to eat everybody.
I'm gonna go down here. Okay.
All right. So I'm going to pass because I don't have any more. I have 1 point, but nothing I can do to
And I'm
take
gonna
points.
pass as well.
So what you can do is you can turn these over to say you pass if there's more than 2 players.
Yeah,
but
but we kinda
with
know,
us, it's
so.
just we know. So we've both passed. Now we check for survivability. None of the regions here are over the population for hunger, so nothing gets triggered for hunger, so we don't have to worry about it.
Right.
And that's pretty much it. So we take all of our tokens back. We reset this to 6. We move this up, and we go on to the next round.
Yep.
Okay. One thing we didn't mention is right before you switch into the next round, you check for initiative, and initiative is determined by whoever's in the lead
On
goes
points.
last. But we're tied on points. We both start with 1. Okay, so we start again with the neutral animals. So we got a 3 on the synapsids, so they are going to populate. And they're going to go to this region here, which is there. And then when they roll 3, they're going to adapt. So they're going to get an adapt cube on their track, and that's going to have effects if they are involved in a contest. So we're going to invertebrates, roll a 6. So they're going to populate, of course. And they're going to go here with you.
What?
Oh, all right. So that's going to get
That's
hunger.
gonna get hungry.
Hungry. All right. So you put the warning token there to indicate that at the end of this round, if that doesn't change, there will be a hunger situation there, which is not good. They are also going to migrate all. So as long as there's nobody else in their way, they're going to migrate, and they've done that. So they're done. My turn. I'm going to spend 3 again and survive. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Start moving up this track.
Yes.
Because this can quickly get away from you if you don't
Yeah,
stay on
it
it.
can.
So this is the next sector that is safe. Your turn. Oh, we forgot to get 2 adaptation cards. Draw phase. I always forget that part.
Yeah.
So
oh,
here's
yeah.
your
let's do this.
2.
Thank you.
I'll grab 2.
And we have a limit of 3, but we both have.
I have 3.
Right?
Okay, cool.
Huh. Interesting. Okay, my turn? I am going to. I'm going to adapt. And I am going to. I would like to do this. I'm going to try this guy this time. So we each have in our deck 2 special animals that we evolve into, right?
Right.
So I am going to evolve into this thing called an Eriops. He doesn't cost any cards, actually, to kind of deploy here. But whenever a hunger marker is placed in the region during the survival phase, this animal migrates to Ecological Niche 2
Oh, nice.
and does not suffer any hunger penalties. Other players' animals need to migrate to Ecological Niche 0.
Interesting. Okay.
So we'll see how he does, because I usually
So you
play
can
with
bring
the
him
other
out.
one, but yeah, so I'll bring him out here because there's already a hunger token there, so that's good, right?
Yeah, that's going to become
And that
hungry.
replaces this guy.
Yep.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do, and you're only allowed to have 1 of your special creatures evolved.
Exactly.
for the game.
And that's why I say I usually have Southern one evolved, but
These
I'm
don't
gonna try
ever
to see how
ever
this
go
guy-
away.
how this
Once you
guy
put them
does.
out, you're done. There's no way to get rid of them. So once you take a trait, it's permanent. I'm going to also do adapt, and I'm going to bring out an adaptation card.
Okay, and I 1, 2, 3. Do I want to adapt again? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna actually adapt again
Mm-hmm.
for 3. 1, 2, 3, and I'm gonna pay using this guy
Mhm.
1 star.
over there.
Oops. Oh yeah, we're over here, aren't we? This flipped board has me.
Yeah,
very
it's a little
confused.
messed up.
And I'm going to activate Genetic Drift. So after the migrate action, I can spend 1 AP to activate an adaptation card, which is extremely important for me because my adapt costs 3 points.
It
So
does.
I'm trying to mitigate that as much as I can.
All right, so I'm going to do the old migrate for 2, my last 2 action points.
migrate for 2.
And I'm going to migrate up. Now, when you migrate, you can migrate up,
Mm-hmm.
or you can migrate laterally.
Correct.
As long as you follow the white lines. The only cost for doing that is you have to go to an equal to or lesser value of the zone you're in.
Mm-hmm.
So I either go to 0 to 0, I can go from 1 to 1 or 1 to 0. I can't go from 1 here to 2 here.
Right.
If you want to migrate this way where these red arrows are, you can, but you have to go down a number.
Correct.
So if you're at 0, you can't migrate to 0. You can migrate from 1 to 0, 1 to 0,
Yep.
or 2 to 1, 2 to 1. That's the only real important thing to note when
Cool.
migrating.
So you're done?
I'm done. Your
Okay.
turn.
I'm
You're done too?
Yep.
Okay, so that is it. Let us check for survive. We are getting a hunger token because now we are above the limit here. Only
So
one food.
a hunger marker was placed there. This animal migrates to ecological niche 2.
Okay.
And does not suffer any hunger penalties. Other players' animals need to migrate to ecological niche 0.
0. All right. Now the penalty for hunger is pretty stiff. Everybody pays a dominance point, so you lose a victory point.
Right.
And then if you can't pay the victory point, if you're at 0, your animals come off the board. So for every animal you have in that region, you lose a victory point. If you can't pay for it, they start to die. With the AI, the neutral players, if they're in that region, they come off the board. They starve.
Yes.
So he's gone now.
Yep.
But that zone is, or that region is forever hungry until the next epoch. Mm-hmm. And that'll all refresh then. So that zone now is hungry. But you don't suffer hunger penalties, so
don't.
you're good.
Yep.
So if the AI does decide to go back out there, they're just going to die.
Yeah.
All right, so now we check for player order. Nobody got any DPs or.
Correct. Yeah.
You notice it'll say PD, but it's actually dominance points. It's backwards.
Yeah,
And it's backwards.
it's
Southward. This is prototype.
Polish.
It's all prototype. It's probably part of the Polish translation.
Yeah.
My assumption. But I think that is it. So we move on to the next.
Next
Round.
round. All right.
So let's start
Roll for
off. We are in round
that
3
guy.
now. So we get a 4. And a
that
4 is migrate. So these guys are going to migrate. Boom. So that's just a standard migrate action. He's got 2 on the board, right? Wow, he's up in the 2 now.
Yeah.
Wow, that's strong. And we have 2 for the invertebrate, so he's going to do a double populate action. So we're going to get 2 of these chips out. Let's go to the regional deck and start bringing them out. So he's bringing 1 here, and that is still good as far as food goes. And he's going to go down here. So he's spreading all over the board, which is pretty much what the invertebrates do. Because they're very weak, but they're very quick to populate. That's what
Right.
they do. All right, so they're done. We draw 2 cards, please. Now we're only allowed to hold 3, so
There you go.
you have to discard, like I do, down to 3.
Yeah, I do as well.
All right, yeah, get rid of that one for me, please. I've got my 3.
Wow, I have so many. Okay, well, I don't need that because I have that already.
That's good too. Some of these are pretty good. Okay. Reset your board. You did already. What am I gonna do? Start by adapting. Bring out my second active adaptation card of 3.
I am going to wait, and I still need to pick what card I want. Let's get rid of that guy. Okay. My turn?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that cost me 1.
Excellent. I am going to. Wait a minute. I'm going to migrate for 2. This guy here, so he's moving into the 1
Okay.
from the 2.
All right, that works. I'm going to adapt.
And I'm sorry, I'm gonna my genetic drift. After my migrate, I can spend 1 AP to activate an adaptation card, and I am going to do that. Okay.
All right, I'm going to adapt for 1. I'm going to spend 2 active adaptation cards to evolve into Primal Instinct. Let's get discarded.
Primal instinct.
So this is another trait I'm giving my species. After the populate action, you can spend 1 AP to move forward by 1 on the instinct track. So
Okay.
that's a way to cheapen that action for me.
Nice. That's good. So you're kind of doing what I'm doing,
Yes,
like you
because
really have
normally
to,
it costs me 3.
you have to evolve.
You do.
Your weaknesses. Okay, I am going to do this also. Okay, I'm gonna migrate again
Mm-hmm.
for another 2. And I'm gonna migrate from here to here, and I'm gonna activate, well, this is already active. I'm gonna play this card called Relentless.
Were you in the 1?
No, I was in the 0.
Oh, okay.
I'm moving to 0. I can't do that?
You can't do that. You have to go down 1 if you go across the red line.
Oh, right. Oh, crap. Well, never mind.
Yeah, that's the tough part about moving into the climate regions.
Okay, well, I'll just migrate somewhere else then. I'll just migrate him from 1 to 2 then,
Okay.
and I'll claim this.
All right, what is that award?
Migrate a special animal from ecological niche 1 to 2.
Okay.
So I get 3 points.
So you get 3 points.
And then I am going to...
1, 2, 3.
I'm going to spend 1 to activate. I don't know if I want to... Guess I'll spend my last action point to activate that too. Using that. Okay, your turn.
Okay, so I'm going to populate for 2. 1, 2. Eek. Yeah, so I'll bring out somebody. I'll come over here. That's it.
Okay, I pass because I have no
You
clue.
passed?
Yep.
All right, so I'm going to migrate for 2. For my last 2, and I'm actually going to go from 1 to 1.
Ooh, contest.
Now the contest. I want to demonstrate a contest.
Okay.
So normally you check expansiveness, right?
Yes.
And my Pariosaurus has an expansive value of 5. The Synapsids have an expansive value of 4. Normally I would just win. However, they do have an adaptation cube. So we spend the cube and we roll a d6. And we get a 4. and we apply the 4. If this animal wins a contest, it devours the opponent.
Well,
Unfortunately,
you can't be devoured
I can't be
anyway.
devoured, and it doesn't really help him.
Right.
So he loses. I don't devour people when I win, so which is not a trait that I have. So instead of him getting devoured, he just goes down 1 level and 1 niche to 0, and I stay in the 1. However, I just won a contest in ecological niche 1
Oh, very
or
good.
2, so
Yes.
I claim that award for
And
3
that is 3
DPs.
points.
1, 2, 3. So we're tied still. And that's the end of my turn. So we do not change player order. We're going to check for hunger. Are there any other hunger regions out here? I don't believe there were.
2.
No,
2. Nope, we're good.
we're good. So no, and nobody's here, so there's no hunger to resolve there. That ends the round. We move on to the next one. This is the last round for this epoch.
The last round. All right.
All right, let's reset our boards. We're still at 6
Yep.
action points.
One more time.
Let's see where the synapsids are going. 2, they are going to populate
And star.
and star and adapt. So they're going to get that adaptation cube back, and they're going to populate there. Ooh,
Okay.
nice. Makes sense. Roll the die for the invertebrates, please. Where are they going?
1.
1, they're just going to populate there.
Okay.
So they're going to go.
Down here.
Oh, that's
Ooh.
going to go hungry. So we get a warning cube there.
Okay.
All right, so they are done. We get 2 cards from the adaptation pile for draw phase.
For you?
Thank you. I have to discard 1. Oh, I like that.
Which one? Ah, I did get 2 of the exact same card. I like that. Oh, I like these cards.
Okay, here. I'll take these 3,
Okay.
and we are good to go.
Okay.
So that is it. My turn. Action phase, I will spend 2 to migrate. Actually, no, to populate. 1, 2. I'm going to do populate. I'm going to bring out another one of my animals. And I'll go... I'm going to go here, actually. And I'm going to spend 1 more point because I have primal instinct and I get to go up 1 on the track.
Nice.
It's going to give me 3 points. 1, 2, 3. And I get to peek at this.
3 points because it's written on the board.
It's written on the board. Okay. Interesting. So now I've seen all the sectors. So I know by deduction which sector it's actually going to hit. And if you've been watching and following along, you now know as well.
But I don't.
But you don't know yet.
Huh. Interesting. Okay.
All right.
I am going to populate also 2. And I'm going to put a guy here.
Okay, so I'm going to migrate for 2. 2. I'm going to punch him up to niche 2.
Okay.
I also claim I moved him up to 1. Actually, I should have taken that last time. Migrated a
This
special
one?
animal from 1 to 2. That's the first time I did that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do
So you
claim
get
that
2
now.
points.
I get 2 points. 1, 2.
Okay. I am going to take the migrate action for 2. And now I'm going to move this guy here. And I'm going to use this active card. Before a contest initiate... Nope, that's not it.
I was like, there's no contest in 0.
But there is. When this animal moves to ecological niche 0 in the migrate action, which I just did, it can start a contest with another player's animal occupying that niche. If it wins, score 1 DP, and I will do that. So I'm going to start a contest with him, and he's going to go away.
He's
'cause
gone.
in 0.
There's nowhere to go.
There's nowhere to flee. And that's going to score me 1 DP,
Okay.
which is going to get me 3 points because I
It's actually
received
gonna claim-
DP you for using an adaptation card.
Yes, that's exactly right.
So 3 points.
3 points. 1, 2, 3. Wow, that's a lot of points.
Yep.
Okay, my final action will be to adapt, and I'm just going to activate one of my adaptation cards. Oh, you just use Fierce. Right?
What's that?
You used the Fierce card.
Relentless.
Oh, Relentless? The Fierce one is very similar. Okay, so that was my last action. Your
I'm
turn?
going to take one more, so I'm going to migrate for 2. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to move this guy here. And I now have exactly 1 animal in 1, 0, 1, and 2. So I'll claim this as well. So that's 3 points.
2, 3. All right, so that is it. We check for hunger now. Hungry.
Hungry.
So we are going to go hungry. So this is the survival
Yes.
phase.
So they're going to die.
All 3 are going to die. They're all AI, right?
All 3?
Everybody dies.
Oh, because he's going to lose 1. I thought the 2 was safe, but I guess he's not.
No, everybody dies.
that's
There's no food.
Yeah, all right.
That's the penalty.
Yeah.
It's not good to go hungry. Because you would normally pay DP for every animal there, and if
But
you
they
don't
don't
have,
have
they don't have
DP,
DP to
yeah.
pay, we actually clarified this with
We
the
did, yeah,
designer.
because it doesn't. It seems almost like, well, let's just push everybody. Let's all push the.
Right, but
AI
that
people
kind
in
of
there, but-
that doing that to the zone kind of blocks it from us because
It does,
unless
yeah.
you can weather the hunger, you're kind of messed up for going
Yes.
there. So that's it for you.
Yep.
That's it for that. We are not going to change play order because you're ahead in DP, so I still say stay first player.
Yep.
And we are going to go into Turn of the Ages.
All right.
All right.
All right.
First, we start with cleanup.
Yes.
All the hunger goes away.
Right. So it's all growing back nice and lush.
Right. So actually, we're now going to the second epoch. So the second number in this chart is actually higher by
Yep.
1 in all regions. So we
Yeah.
can support more life.
Yeah.
Next is event. So we're going to read the event that goes from the
Turn of the
Ciceral
Age.
to the Guadalupan. So here we go. Each player, this is the Lords of Earth. Each player in initiative order, bless you, can migrate one of their special animals if it is present on the game board. Any contest are resolved following standard rules.
Okay.
So we're allowed to migrate our special animal. Do I want to do that? I don't want to do that.
Oh, you don't?
Nope.
Really? According to the normal rules?
Yep. Meaning, if you can go.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about whether I want to do that or not. I'll move him here.
Okay. So that is done. And finally, we do development phase where we remove all of the
Yes.
objective tokens for this era, for
And
this
all of our
epoch.
tokens, right?
Yep, ours go back to the box.
And
Not the game box, but that
yeah,
box
back
on
to
the board.
the penalty box. Here we go. And then we bring new ones out for
Yeah,
Guadalupe.
so we're going to bring out 3 this time.
And we're going to hope they're in English. Okay.
Yes, we'll get the English ones. There
So
are
we have
some
3 animals in a region.
Okay.
That one's in Polish, and I can't read it.
All right, we won't do that one.
Animals in all climate zones.
Okay.
3 active evolution cards and 3 active adaptation cards.
Oh, that's it. Oh, we only get 3.
What?
We only get 3 objective
whoops.
tiles.
Yeah, you're
It yeah, so it'll
Sorry.
tell you right
Oh, yeah,
in
it
there
does.
what age you get it for.
Okay.
So those are the 3 new objectives for this epoch.
Cool.
And that's literally it. Then we jump into the next round. So let's do the neutral animals first. Get them going. Oh, you know what? I forgot one last thing. We are now allowed to populate the subpolar region. So I'm going to
Yes,
shuffle in these
those
subpolar
in.
region cards. This will kind of expand the board a bit
Okay.
because there is food. I don't know if the planet's getting warmer,
I guess,
more
right?
temperate. Things are kind of maturing
Well,
a
things
bit.
are. I think maybe we're evolving a little bit to be more efficient in our ability to consume.
Animals can now live in the subpolar regions.
Yes.
Okay, so let's see where the synapsids are going. So they're rolling a 6. So now remember, we're in the Guadalupan
Right.
epoch.
Wow, they're doing lots of stuff.
Yeah, so with the 6, they are going to populate in the polar region. So they're going right to it. So they're going to go here. And they are also going to
Migrating
migrate
across.
all, and they're going to do a double migrate. So they initially go up. So they're these guys, right? So they're going to go up
You're
here.
gonna double migrate?
Everybody migrates for them. Oh, I put the wrong chip there.
I thought they were just migrating across.
No, what happens is the way this reads is the
Yeah.
first one is migrate up.
Okay.
The red arrow is migrate
that's
across
confusing.
and conflict.
Okay.
Right? So they're going to look to fight now.
Mm-hmm.
And are there any that they can do?
They're not gonna fight.
There's nowhere to fight? No, then they're not going to do it. So
Yeah.
that's really all
Okay,
it is.
perfect.
They're looking to fight because that's what these synapses
I
do.
thought I interpreted it that they are migrating across.
No, yeah, the way the rules are,
That's
it's,
why you do the AI.
yeah, that's why I do AI.
I'm just like, I don't know.
It's migrate, and then based on whether or not it's a green or yellow, green or red arrow will determine
The next
if it's
migration.
a passive migrate or if it's a
Yeah.
double aggressive migrate.
Yeah.
And they always do a double aggressive migrate. They're going to look to fight.
Okay.
So they're not going to fight. So we are going on to.
you roll for them?
I did not roll for the invertebrates yet.
1.
So they're going to populate
and adapt, yeah.
there,
Okay.
and they're adapting. So they get a cube.
Very good.
There is the AI actions.
Okay. And now we'll reset our boards back up to 7 this time.
7 this time.
right?
So we get 7 action points. And I am first. So what I think I'll probably do is populate for 2.
Okay.
1, 2. And I will go. This is interesting. I'm going to go here into that, the Laurasia subpolar. Now I'm going to pay 1 more point because of my primal instinct and go up on the instinct track. And here we go. So what the zone is, it's going to show you which specific zone that is safe. So there you go.
Okay. I am going to migrate for 2. Move him up here. And then use my 1 to bring out one of those.
Okay. I'm going to populate for 2. And I'm going to bring 1 person out here. And I've got an animal in every climate zone.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, awesome.
I'm going to
Okay.
claim that. I'm also going to spend 1 more point.
Get your 3 points first.
1, 2, 3. And I will look at the next thing. Go up again on the instinct track. So that is safe. Okay.
Good.
Yeah,
All right.
maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't know. Like, you just don't know.
You don't even know.
You don't even know.
I don't even know.
All right. I'm going to survive. Am I going to survive? I will survive. 1, 2. I don't know. Oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3 and adapt. And I'm gonna bring out this thing called hibernation. 0 points I have to spend. So during survival phase, place an inactive marker on your animal occupying a region with hunger. That animal does not suffer any hunger penalties. As part of your action, you can remove inactive markers from your animal, spending 1 AP for each of them. So they kind of just go into like hibernation when they're hungry.
That's cool. Final action will be to adapt. I'm going to spend this adaptation card and evolve steadfast. If your animal is moved from ecological niche 1 to 2 during a migrate action, you can spend 1 AP to score 1 DP.
Nice. That's good.
That's it. I'm fully evolved now. I can no longer
Yes, as am I.
play evolution cards, so I'm just going to take them off the board
Okay, oh, that's a good idea.
to get them out of my way, so I have more
Out of my way.
out of
So
my
we have,
face.
room for our adaptation card.
Yes.
I can't even migrate anymore, can I? Oh shoot! I did it again. This whole game.
What'd you do?
Whenever I use an adaptation card, I receive 1 action point.
I think you used one once this game.
round?
You didn't use an adaptation.
I've been using adaptation
You've been
cards like crazy.
activating them, but when you actually use it, you get an AP. You haven't actually used
the
one
adaptation card according
for
to
its ability.
Yes, I have. I used it for that.
One
for
time.
sure.
You did it
Yeah.
one time. So yeah, you basically didn't
I
get.
feel like I did
Also,
win that
I won
one,
a
yeah.
contest and I didn't draw an adaptation card.
I know.
either,
I'm just.
so
I'm
always
not
forget.
looking for like payback.
I know.
It just frustrates
It's hard
me
to
when I forget.
remember these special abilities.
Yeah,
Because they're very
it's kind of
situational.
like- Yeah, like I don't know. All right, I'm just gonna do this and survive one.
Survive.
I'll just survive.
You want to know where it's going, huh?
I think I have an idea anyway.
Oh, you do?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
If you're basing it on where I'm putting my people,
Yeah.
that's not very good. 'Cause
I know.
they are not in safe zones. I can tell you that much. So do we have any hunger out this round? So we're checking. We're all out of points.
We're
so,
good, yeah.
No hunger this round. That's pretty much it. Bring it up to 7. We are moving on to
Okay.
the next round. All right. So since I am in the lead, you are going to take
Yes.
player 1, but they are going to go first.
Great.
So you want to roll up for the
Yeah.
synapsids, please.
I'm running out of space. Roll 1.
You rolled a 1.
Yep.
What are they doing? They are going
Populating
to
and adapting.
populate and adapt. Okay, so they're going there.
Up where you are.
Oh no, that's going to cause hunger.
Yes, it is. I'm gonna roll this again.
Hold on. I forgot to bring him out. So he's going there. That's going to give us a warning for the end of this.
Okay. Ready?
Yep, go for the invertebrates. What do they got?
6.
Oh gosh. That is a populate
And a migrate.
and a migrate. So he's going to populate down here, and they're going to migrate everybody. So let's start.
There.
He's going to go here. He's not going to go anywhere. He's going to go to 1. 1. They only do a peaceful migrate.
Yep.
So that's it.
Okay.
Well, he got to migrate everybody.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, that's not good at
For
all.
him.
Yeah. Okay. So
Okay.
they're done. Your turn.
Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. I am going to migrate for 2. Boop. This guy here. And then I'll activate one of my adaptation cards. That one. And now I have 3 and 3.
All right. So you were. Oh, you hit that.
3 points, please.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Your turn.
Yeah, that's tough. That's really, really.
Oh, we didn't get our new cards.
Oh yeah. I totally forgot.
Here. We always forget to
I always
get
forget
those.
to draw these. Yeah.
And I just activated one, so technically I only get to
Oh
keep
yeah. I'm gonna
one
get
of
rid
these.
of this one. These are pretty good cards. I never use them enough.
That's interesting. Yeah, I stopped using them after a while. Is it your turn still?
You went?
I
Yeah.
did.
Okay. So yeah, I wasn't really sure what I was gonna do here, but I'm probably going to populate for 2. 1, 2, and I'm gonna bring. I'll bring him here. Yeah. Ugh, I'm gonna spend 1 more point as part of my trait to go up.
Okay.
Okay. It doesn't help me
No.
at all.
Alright. I'm gonna survive for 1.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 3 points. See? I figured. Because you got out of B.
Sure
like,
did.
"I'm outta here."
I got out of dodge.
You did. And then I'm going to spend my alertness. After performing survive, you can move one more field forward on the instinct tract. And that gives me an action point because I used an adaptation card.
Okay.
So I'm going up again. Zone. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to migrate, populate actually, for 2. 2. Bring him here.
Okay.
It's going to give us a warning, but it's going to earn me 3 animals in 1 region.
That's good.
So I claim that for 3 points.
Yes.
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
At the cost of hunger.
At the cost of hunger. Interesting.
Yeah, it's a weird tactic, I know.
It is weird. It's very weird. All right, well, I'm going to keep doing this because I'm behind. So I'll survive again. Temperate Laurasia.
Yeah,
Right where
it's
your
right
man
here.
is. Okay.
That costs you 3, right?
No, only cost me 1.
Oh, it only costs you 1?
Yeah, and I'm going to get another point because I have another one of these alertnesses. So it's actually survive for free.
Wow.
Subpolar Gondwa.
Gondwana.
Gondwana.
Yep.
So this guy.
Yeah, so it's these 2 are clear.
And this
That's
is clear. This is not clear. And that is
So far, these 2 are
far.
unknown.
Okay.
Yeah.
interesting.
We are both in the know. All right, I am going to do my final action will be to migrate. Boom, boom. And I'm going to migrate this guy over to here.
Very good. Okay. Wow, we've got so many points left.
Not a lot of cubes.
And not a lot of cubes. Also because I kept getting points. Alright, I think I need to start probably populating some things, right?
I'm pretty much almost
I don't
completely on
have-
the board right now.
Yeah, I'm not. So I'm going to populate for 2. So we're good here, and we know we're good here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not that that means like anything at all.
No.
So, and we've got animals there. Actually, I guess I'll just put him there. So, and you're out of points, right?
I'm at a point, so you go again. Yeah, I pass.
Okay, I'll do the same thing. So I'll put populate again. And I'll just put this guy here so I can claim this. 3 animals in a region. It's 3 points.
Yeah, okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
And that was like 2 and then 2 more.
All right, so we check for survive. I've moved, so it's no longer a hungry region.
Yes, correct.
So that was...
And we're good here because that's 3 now.
Yep.
I think we're good everywhere
We're
else.
good everywhere
Yeah.
but here. That's
Yeah.
going to go hungry.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he came out there and forced me. So I'm going to lose a point, but I stay. He's going to die. And that's it. That region's hungry. So I'm going to lose a point every round I'm in that region. So they are done. Initiative stays the same because we are tied.
Yep.
We're going to move up, and then we start again.
Okay.
All right, final round in this epoch. Let's start it up. You ready?
Yep.
6. What do we have for the synapsids with the 6? Oh, they're populating.
And they're moving aggressively.
Of course they are. Oh.
Over here.
Oh, he loves
They're
to
coming like
cause
right up in your business.
all up in my face. I don't like that.
I know.
He's costing me a lot of points. All right, so we also have a migrate. So he's going to migrate up in every.
Okay. How do you want to start it? Here?
Well, we'll start this
Okay.
region, right? So he's
Nothing.
gonna. Where is he?
He's here.
not here. He's here. So he's gonna move up. Let's go there. He's gonna move up. Now he's gonna look Can he attack? Yes, he can attack him. So he's going to jump over there and eat him and push him down to 0.
Yeah. Okay.
All right?
This guy can try to attack you.
He's going to push up to attack.
But he's not going to win.
He's going to lose, so he can't.
Right.
So now he's going to look. Can he go? No, he can't. So he's not going to go. He'll go up here.
Okay.
That's it. All right. Roll for the invertebrates.
4.
We have a 4, so he's going to just migrate peacefully.
Peacefully migrate. All right. So he goes boop. And he can't go here.
Nope.
And that's
He
all he's
can't
done.
move at all here either. So he's done. Done and done.
Yeah. I mean, he could move.
But it's
here,
not really
worth
going to
it, right?
benefit him
Okay.
at all.
Yeah. All right.
So they're done. We draw 2.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what do we have?
Oops. I'm grabbing so many cards here.
No. No, I'll get rid of these 2.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Interesting. All right. I need to start doing this. Survive. Boop. 4 DP.
1, 2, 3,
Does the
4.
camera need to see?
They're going to see it in a second.
Oh, are you going to do this in a minute?
Yeah, I need to know what's there.
Okay.
So I'm going to populate for 2. And I will go. I'm going to go down here
Okay.
and spend 1 more. 1, 2, 3 to go up this track.
Okay.
Gain 1, 2, 3, 4 points. And reveal Temperate Gondwana. Mm-hmm. Oh, so we know this is the epicenter.
Yes. Because we have deduced it will be in B and in Laurasia.
Subpolar.
Subpolar.
It's the only
Yeah.
tiles missing. What we
Right.
don't know
What kind of
is what kind of. Now, there's 3 cataclysms, just to
Yes,
give you some
go over
context here. So there's a supervolcano eruption, which first things first, every basic cataclysm epicenter, right, destroys the center where it lands, and it makes a plus sign over it. Anything in those zones dies. Everything, regardless of which niche you're in, right? Because usually 2 is protected. Then it'll hit the 4 corners of that grid of that epicenter, right? So if the epicenter's here, this dies, this dies, and this dies. But these 2, niche 0 and 1 die. 2 survives. So we know that 2 and 2 in those are okay. However, depending on what type of cataclysm, so a supervolcano, all animals in the interior zone and in ecological niche 2 in the temperate zones survive. So interior zone and in ecological niche 2 will survive. Massive planetoid has extreme heat. In all animals in subpolar zones and in temperate zones for niche 2 survive.
Right.
Everything else dies.
Yeah.
And then gamma rays, all animals in the subcontinent where the epicenter is. So the epicenter is here, the subcontinent is Laurasia.
Right.
Everything in Laurasia is going to die, right? And all other animals in ecological niche 0 for the rest of the world are going to die.
So, like, we don't know anything.
We don't know yet.
Like, we kind of know some stuff, but not anything.
You know where not to be, or if
Yeah.
you're going to be here, you want to be in these 2, in niche 2.
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe.
All right. Is it your turn or my turn?
You go.
It's my turn, right?
Oh, I just went.
Okay. So I'll go. I am going to migrate for 2. 1, 2. And I am going to migrate across here, actually.
Okay.
And then I'm going to activate one of my cards. Okay.
All right. So then I am. Yeah, this is not cool. I'm going to survive for 3. Go up here. Now you can't look at that until you reach this side of it.
Yeah.
So, your turn. Just before I start moving people, I need to know where we're going.
You survived twice?
Once. I only moved up 1.
Oh, how'd you just move up to that one? Because I just revealed that, and then you were like,
I
"Oh,
survived
no."
as a populate action because I have primal instinct.
Oh, okay.
I spend 1
Got
extra
you.
action
Okay.
point and get to look and
I
go up this
missed
turn.
that.
That's my cheap way of going up that turn. Otherwise, it costs me 3 a pop. It's
No,
expensive.
I know. I hear ya. All right. Man, oh man. All right, so I'm going to migrate again. Here.
Okay. I'm going to do an adapt for 1, my last point, and I'll bring a card out. I'll bring out this one.
I should have spent 1 more point to play this adaptation card. So I gave myself that point. All right. And then I will survive again for my last point.
All right, so you're up here and you don't get to look.
Yes.
All right, so we're done. Hunger. We are hungry here.
Yes. Now, whenever hunger marker is placed in the region during the survival phase, because this is my Erops, right?
Yep.
I get to go to 2. Everybody else has to go to 0, and it doesn't do anything for my hunger.
Okay. There is no other hunger on the board. But are we above? Actually, there is hunger on the board, so
Yes.
I'm going to lose a point because of that to keep him out there.
And this one, right?
And I'm going to lose another point for that. You're right. So I'm going to actually go back to 19 points. Yeah, that hurts. But I think everybody else is good. Okay. So that ends that. We are going to switch now. I'm going to go first because I am behind.
Yep.
And we are
we're
done. So
going
we're
into
going
the
to the Turn of
next-
Ages.
Yeah.
So
okay.
hunger comes off the board now.
Great.
So I only suffered 1 round of that.
That's good.
Yeah, that definitely helps. And we're going to get an event. So the event is Turn of the Age,
Turn of the page.
Lopingian Hostile Ecosystem. So each player in initiative order has to pay 1 DP to perform a free adapt action or remove one of their animals from the game board.
So we have to pay a DP. Mm-hmm. We have to do it to adapt?
Yes.
Or remove an animal?
Yes.
Oh.
I'm just going to remove an animal from the game board.
I'll pay a DP
Okay.
to do adapt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good to go.
Cool.
And now we remove all of the objectives and we're going to bring out the last
Final
set for development. So now we're only bringing out 2.
Right, yeah. All right. All players' animals on the game board
Oh.
and perform 4 different actions in 1 stage.
Oh, that's cool.
And these, you only get points if you're the first player.
First
to do
player to do it. So we are actually going up to 8 points. 8 action points this round. All right, this is it. Final 2 rounds before the Cataclysm.
it. Okay. All right. Ready?
Go ahead, roll it up. Let's see what they're doing. Remember, we're in the
5.
3rd epoch
So,
now.
hostile migration.
Oh, so he's migrating hostilely.
Great.
So he's here. He's
So
going to
he's
go up.
going to go up
And he's going to look across.
at me.
Yeah, so he's going to come hit you.
Okay.
And he pushes you. No, he's
No,
going
he
to roll the
doesn't.
die first
Okay.
and see what his adaptation is. He's got a
5.
5. So what he gets to do is this animal ignores toxic markers during a contest. After the contest, an active marker cannot be placed on this animal.
Okay.
So he has an expansiveness of 4.
Okay. So I will. Yeah, this is like the same. Oh no, not the same text. Okay, so I'll do this. Whenever a contest is initiated by the opponent, add 2 to the expansiveness of your animal.
That makes you a 4.
And I also win ties.
Oh, okay. Then he loses. So then
And
he...
I also score 1 DP.
All right, so you get a DP. He loses, so he's going to drop down to 1, but he's also going to create a warning here for hunger. All right, so that was his first. He's going to look. He can't go up any further. He's going to look to come get me. He's not going to come to me because he can't beat me, but he will go to him and push him down.
Okay.
So let me roll his. He gets a 6.
Wait a minute,
Surprise.
what about that guy?
Well, we didn't do him yet.
Oh.
Add 2 to his
Oh,
expansiveness.
that's right, yeah.
And he wins ties.
Okay.
All right. Wow, you're lucky he didn't roll a 6 against you.
I know.
So he's going to
Well,
try.
I would have done a toxicity marker.
He can't be. Oh, that would have been his resistance. Yeah. So he couldn't do both.
I got him.
So he can't come get me. So he's not going to migrate because he can't
Yep.
beat me.
Right.
And him here, he's also not going to do anything as well.
Right.
So he's done.
Okay.
So let's go and roll for the invertebrates.
Okay. 1.
1, they are going to adapt, and then they're going to peacefully migrate. So he can't.
He's not going anywhere. He's not
can't.
going anywhere.
That's all
That's
he
it.
has on the board.
Okay.
Okay, so they're pretty simple.
Cool.
I go first.
Yes. What are you going to do?
Yikes. Okay. I'm going to populate for 2. 1, 2. And I'm going to put somebody on the board. Remember, we have the
Highest level.
highest level of food this time. So I'm going to populate him here. Eek. All right, so I'm going to spend 1 more point to do a
Survive.
survive. I'm going to get a
That's
DP. Oh, sorry. DP for that. So he's going to go up to 20. I get to look at this. Okay. And
Do you have to reference the guide?
I get to claim all players on the board.
Oh, you have everybody?
I have this chit here, but this really
Yeah,
is my
that's-
super creature. So I'm all on the board. It's 2 more.
points.
1, 2. All right, back in the game.
Okay.
I need to consult the card now.
Okay. I'm going to survive. Also. I'll need that too. So it's gamma rays.
You have your own card.
So that's the one that it's going to hit here and annihilate everything over here. Is that what's going on?
Basically, yes. All animals in a subcontinent are going
Where
to
the
die.
epicenter is, and all animals in
0.
0.
Everywhere else dies.
All zeros everywhere. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's going to be epicenter and adjacent is going to be everybody here, 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 and here.
Dead.
Dead. It's going to be shockwave here and here, unless you're in 2.
Yep.
Dead. Mm-hmm. And then gamma rays. So
Well, gamma rays is off
gamma
the
rays
board.
is not happening. That's
Yeah.
see, that's where I
Yeah.
get confused because I'm like, okay, wait a minute.
So you can ignore
Yeah.
the rules for this continent. Now it's either going to be you're going to get screwed for being in the subpolar, or you're going to
No,
get screwed for
because
being.
this is the gamma rays is not happening.
Correct.
So
All I'm saying, the volcano,
it's not going to be that one.
the
So it's either
volcano
gonna be-
kills everybody in the subpolars,
Right.
and the planetoid kills everybody not in the subpolars.
I know.
Basically.
All right. Well, we
So
just have to figure out what this is.
yeah, I need to see that
Yeah.
before I know where to
Oh
run.
crap! We didn't get our cards.
No. And if you're like, all right, you can just do that and move. Well, no, I can't. Oh, hold on. Let me discard first before you shuffle. Because this one of
Okay.
these cards is going in your discard. All right, it's fine. Because we have 1 more round.
I know. That's it.
And you can only migrate twice per round.
I know.
So we have to really like...
Yep.
Yeah.
Oops.
And this is going to take 2 actions to check that out. So,
I know.
like, for me, that's too expensive. Yeah, that's going to be a problem.
Great.
That's going to be a major problem for me.
Major problem.
All right, so I go. right? Because I went,
Yes.
you went, now I go again. I'm going to need to do some, I'm going to survive. 1, 2, 3. I still don't get to peak yet.
Yep, not till next
Not
round.
till next round because I don't have enough points to survive again.
Oh, whoops.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't know if I need to get out of here or not. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not gamma rays. So zeros should be okay.
Yes.
And temperate zones should be okay.
Yes. Well,
Maybe.
you don't know.
Oh my gosh. Really, you just need to get to the zone 2s. Well, either way, zone 2 in temperate zones is going to be okay. Right?
Should be.
So we'll migrate. This is so bad. I'm gonna move this guy here. And then, do I want to activate one of these? Let me see. I like this. So I'll keep that out. Okay.
All right, I'm
Yep.
going to migrate for 2, my last 2 points. I'm going to go up here. So it's a contest.
Oh, okay.
You can play a card if you'd
I am
like.
going to. So I'm going to play, before a contest initiated by the opponent, this animal can migrate to ecological niche 0 or a higher niche, provided that it's unoccupied, to avoid the contest.
Okay.
So I will do that.
All right. I'm going to play my card. When I use a migrate action, no, I can't play that card. Never mind.
And then I'm going to get an action because I played adaptation.
What did you get? Oh,
I used an
And I think you get a DP too for doing that on that card.
I do? Oh, yeah, I do. Score my DP.
Okay.
Okay. My turn?
Uh-huh.
Oh, you're going for those 2 points, aren't you?
No, I can't. I'm out of points.
Oh, you are?
Mhm.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know where I want to be. That's the problem. I want to populate, but I don't know exactly where I want to go. So I guess we'll wing it. How about that? Like, I'm gonna guess that, like, the temperate zones are probably gonna be okay. Maybe?
It's a possibility, yeah. You have no idea
I
yet.
mean, you really don't know. So I'll go there. And then that's 2 points, right? And then I'll adapt, I guess. Do that. And then,
Those 3 more points.
yep. And then I'll survive again. For 1.
All right. So you're,
And I'm gonna claim this
with
perform
me.
4 action, so I'll get 2 points.
okay.
And I don't get to see anything.
Nope, not yet. So that's the end of that.
Oh.
We are going hungry here.
Yes. So he is going to not suffer penalties. Other players' animals move to 0. So he's going to go down.
He's going to 0. I'm going to lose a point, but he's also going to come off the board.
Yeah, it's good.
And no more hunger out there. Nope. So that's it. We come back. Clear the board. And you are ahead in points, so you're still last to go.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. We are going into the last round.
All right, you are first.
Well, first let's do them.
Oh, right.
So what are they doing? Their final turn.
6.
6 for the synapsid. So he is going to angrily migrate. So he's not going to go anywhere here. He's already at the top of the chain. He's going to try to go here. He can't. He's not doing anything. All right,
We
roll
have
it again.
Annihilated them pretty much.
What'd you roll?
1.
1. So he's
Adapt
going to adapt
and friendly move.
peacefully migrate.
Migrate. So he'll actually go up here.
Okay. Oh,
He's not
stuck.
going to move. Yep.
that's it. Okay, so they're not going on the board. We get 2 cards.
2? Yes. For you?
Okay. Okay, I'll get rid of those two. What is this? Yeah, okay. Oh boy. Okay.
Okay.
So I am going to start out by surviving for 3. 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to figure out exactly what is going on here. My species needs to know, and I get a point for doing that.
And I'm going to do it.
And we are going there. So I know exactly which one is happening.
Is that the end of your turn? Because I'm going to do the same thing.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
then you just flip it. You get a
I
point
get
for
point.
that.
So it is an eruption of a supervolcano.
So we are getting a massive planetoid.
Massive planetoid. All animals in the subpolar zones survive, and also ecological niche 2 in temperate zones. So the subpolar zones are safe.
Boom.
Very weird how it's written, but that is the case.
And an ecological niche 2 in the temperate zone. So
Right.
these temperate zones, ecological niche 2 is good.
Are safe.
Dead.
Did. And also don't forget about this too.
Dead.
Dead. So the subpolar zones are okay.
Yeah.
All animals in subpolar zones are okay. So we are safe over here,
Yeah.
except for the hunger.
Except for hunger. So it's my turn.
Okay, cool. So let's finish it up.
I'm going to spend 2 points to migrate. Migrate. 1, 2.
Okay, where are you
And
going?
I'm going to go to 1. And I'm going to spend this card, which allows me to, when I use migrate, I can spend 1 more AP to perform it again with another animal.
Okay.
So I'm going to go. There.
Okay.
No, he's going
I'm
to go
sorry.
down to here.
Oh yeah, because you jumped
So
from
jump.
there. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. What do I want to do? Do we get points for animals in zone
Yeah,
zero?
you get 1 point.
1 point, right?
So you're going to get a point for every animal left on the board. For you get 1 point plus whatever zone niche they're in. So if you're in niche 2, you would earn 3 points. Niche 1, you would earn 2. Niche 0, you'd earn 1.
Right.
So you want to be in niche 2 if you can be.
Thinking about what I want to do here. So I'm not surviving anymore. Guess I should start populating then. Or migrating. Sucks you can only migrate twice.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I know.
Alright, I will populate. Like here.
Okay.
Your turn.
How many points was that?
What?
How many action points did that cost you?
2.
So I'm going to go and migrate for my last 2 points. And I'm going to go up.
Okay. Okay, well, I'm gonna migrate. For 2. I'd like to go there. Yeah, I guess I'll just come up here.
Okay.
Yeah. guess I'm not using any of those, so I can migrate again for another 2.
Mm-hmm.
And just go here, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Polar safe.
Yeah.
Temperate.
Temperate 2 is safe, right?
Temperate 2 is safe,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I just moved these guys into the 1s, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of silly. So, wait, he was here, right?
Yeah.
And he was here.
Uh-huh.
So I wonder if it would have made more sense. No, because that would have ended up being like hungry if I did that, right? Because we can only take 2 in each of these.
Right.
Yeah, I wish I could get this guy out of the interior.
I know.
You know what I mean? I mean, I can move him here and move him up and move that guy down.
You have 2 migrate actions, though.
I know, that's what I'm thinking. Because I could move, that's what I'm saying. Like, I could move him from 2 to 1.
Yeah.
No, that still doesn't really
It's
do
not going
anything,
to earn you enough points to
Yeah.
get them into a zone where...
where it's, like, worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you move it and you make a zone hungry, you're going to lose points anyway.
Exactly.
So it's like,
Right.
what's the trade-off?
Right. Yeah, and these aren't really going to do anything for me. Now, actually, there's one thing I want to look at because during the survival phase, he doesn't suffer any penalties when a hunger marker is placed. But I kind of read that to mean that if the hunger marker's already there, he does get
You
impacted.
should, I would think.
I would think, right? So I'll go ahead and like use my 1 migrate action to actually move him here. Right?
All right. That's going to make that hungry at the end of this round.
Right.
Right.
But he's not impacted when it's placed.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that doesn't wipe him off the board. He just stays there, I guess.
No, you don't gobble
Yeah.
them.
And then I'll just move this guy up for my second.
Okay.
I guess. That's probably the best I can do.
All right, so we are going to go hungry.
Unless I put that guy there.
Well, you could. We're going to go hungry here. So he's going to come off the board, and I'm going to lose a point.
Oops.
And I'm going to lose another point for being hungry here.
Oh. No, you're not hungry there anymore.
That's always hungry.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's always hungry.
Once it's hungry, it's always
Darn
hungry.
it. Yeah.
Yep, so that's it. We are moving into the final cataclysm.
All right.
All right, we are at Doom.
Doomsday.
The Doom, end of game. So when the Doom marker reaches the last field, we begin. So we reveal all 3 instinct tiles. Right, so we knew a massive planetoid was hitting. Sector B, Laurasia. So, whoa. Okay, that was anticlimactic.
It really was.
Yes.
Like hitting like Doom. Okay.
All right, so boom, that's where this epicenter is.
Correct.
So everything in the plus sign dies. So
Right.
we are just going to remove everybody. Oh, not that.
Not those. Yeah.
From this, and this,
Yes.
and that, if it would have been, right? So
was
now
pretty lucky, actually.
we're doing the shockwave. So niches 0 and 1 die in these zones.
Yep. So your dude is safe.
He's safe. He was hidden in his little forest, right? So now we have a massive planetoid, right?
Right.
Result is extreme global warming. Remove all animal markers from the interior zone. So the equator.
All
Everybody
animals.
dies in the equator.
Purple guy.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So, all right, from the interior zone, and all animal markers from ecological niches 0 and 1 in both temperate zones.
Yeah. So my guys almost made it. Almost.
Yep, so the temperate zones got decimated.
And this one was pretty much already decimated.
already
so.
from it. Yep.
Yeah.
Just from the impact. All right. Everything else survives. So it's only survived by animals living in the subpolar zones and occupying ecological niche 2 in the temperate zones. And that's exactly what's left on the board.
Yep.
So now we're going to do final dominance. Each player receives dominance points for the animals that have survived the cataclysm. For each of the animal markers on the game board, they receive 1 dominance point plus the number of dominance points equal to the level of the occupied ecological niche.
Okay.
And that's it. So we just
Yep.
got to score it up here. So we'll just go. So that's the AI. He's not going to get anything. So I get 2 plus 1 is 3.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. You get 3, and 3 is 6, right? 1,
And
2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and what?
3 more for this guy.
I didn't go up there yet, but
Oh,
1, 2, 3.
sorry.
Okay. So I give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's it.
Very good.
You won by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dominance points.
Not that many points.
Not that many.
Yeah. All right. Let's go talk about it.
Sure. All right, there you have it.
We survived the cataclysm.
The Doom. We
Okay.
survived the Doom.
yes.
So I think we did our best to provide
An overview,
an
hopefully, for
overview
you.
of how this
So-
game plays, at least with 2 players, right?
Yeah.
So you see there's definitely an AI component, so you definitely have to be able to interpret and be able to manage some player boards.
Or find 2 extra people to play with.
Yeah, so yeah, I think with 4 it probably is a lot more interactive, I would think.
I would think so. Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, so this is all prototype, but it looks pretty darn good for prototype, but we'll let you all be the judge of that.
Right.
This game is on Kickstarter now, so I would say check out the link in the comments and see if it's something you'd be interested in backing. But as always, we hope you enjoyed the playthrough. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
See ya.